So you've been getting clients and things have been going well in your business, and now you just want that professional appeal that matches up to where you are in your business. Or maybe you just began your business and you want to do it right from the start. You want to have that beautiful logo and website and design that makes you and your business look at the level, look at the caliber in which you want your audience to perceive you. That might be you. Or maybe you're heading in a brand new direction in your business and you have this new vision and it's now the time to rebrand. Which one of these scenarios sound like you? Hey guys, this is Dr. Renee Walker, and I am a brand strategist and designer. And today what we're going to talk about is when is the right time to brand or rebrand? And you know, 9 times out of 10, you're probably in one of these scenarios where you're either considering a rebrand or you're considering to build your brand or pivot and head into a new direction. And now you're looking at your brand and you're trying to define what it is, how you want it to come across, what is the appeal for your audience, right? And so regardless of where you are in your business, it's important to double down and focus on your branding. It really is, because one of the things you want to have with a functioning business is you want to call attention to your work, right? You know, either you started to do work, you have clients that are, you know, your business is just going, or you've been in it for a while now, and now is the time to let people know that you're the expert to go to. You're trying to step up now. You want to stand out in your industry, and you don't want to be forgotten, because you know you've been doing what you've been doing for a while. Whether it's, you know, you've been coaching, you've been mentoring, whatever you've been doing, you've been consulting in your business, and now's the time for people to know more about it. So you're trying to build that brand that really speaks to your expertise, to what you do so well, right? And people need to know about it. But here's the thing. Your branding may be missing, and you probably don't even know it. If you have other people, other competitors out there, and you know there are other people who are doing what you're doing, it's nothing new under the sun. So if you have other people who are doing the same thing as you, and they're getting more of the shout outs, you know, when you're in Facebook groups, they're the ones who are mentioned. When you're putting information out there, people mention them, then you haven't really done a big job on focusing on your brand, because your name isn't coming up that often. Or you may find that you have had clients who are successful and, you know, they love your work, but they're not advocating for you as much. You know, you're not hearing the buzz about what you're doing. And that's because you haven't built a signature experience. What is that experience? What is that thing, that branding, that relationship that you've built with your clients that they can then reiterate to somebody else and advocate for you? That's what brand building gives you at the end of the day. You know, you get those folks who are your tried and true, your advocates. So if you haven't done that upfront work, you're missing out, right? You're just constantly chasing clients. You're constantly trying to make your mark. You're constantly trying to get people to pay attention to you. And it shouldn't be that hard of a work, of a job, you know, but yet still it's so important for your business. Can't overlook this piece. So if you are trying to figure out, well, when is the right time? When do I focus on this? Do I wait until the business is thriving and then I focus on a brand, or do I start from the beginning? Let me tell you, when we're talking about branding in this case, I'm not just talking about like, you know, the make it pretty here. I'm not talking about just building websites and making a logo and doing design, which I love that. I love that the creative piece is important to capture people visually. It's still important to do that, but that's not the end all be all. You know, that's not the end result that you want. And I highly would not recommend, and I tell my clients this too, don't go just straight down this avenue, you know, or else you're going to get burnt, you're going to spend too much money, you're going to waste time because you have no focus on what is your business anyway? What is the brand that you're putting out there, right? You're not just building any old business. You're building a long-lasting brand that's going to serve you for the duration on which you choose to be in business. So that requires you to back up the truck and start thinking about, okay, what am I trying to do to make an immediate impact right now in my business? What's going to, call people's attention, get me clients, and then what's also going to serve me 5 years, 10 years down the road? What's going to serve me and change the game next year? What am I doing? And that's where you're really focusing on building a brand. Okay, so not just to make it pretty, that's all the dressing. That's like, putting up the Christmas tree and putting the ornaments. But let's get down to the tree. What is that going to be? So that means that you have to focus on what is the message? What are you putting out there? What is it that you're serving and doing differently? And that's where we can build a long-lasting brand, or at least begin to. That's the start of it, really. And it's never too late to stand out. So if you're thinking of, okay, well, I've been doing this for a while and everything's been great and my business has been working. That may be great for today, but do know that you can be easily cast aside, pushed off to the side and forgotten if you're not being active about building a brand that people are not going to forget. And when I say that, I'm talking about basically building a tribe, building a following, building however you want to label it, a fan base, a community. You want to build a network around your work. And this network will serve you. They're going to advocate for you. And the only way that you're going to build this network, you could call them your friends, your advocates, folks who are going to stand for you and help put that message out there, you're not going to get that unless you start forging a relationship, unless you start thinking about what's the message, what's the experience, what am I doing differently, what is it that I am communicating to people that really resonates with them emotionally. I'm talking about on several layers deeper than just aesthetics. We're not just talking about, like I said before, not just making pretty land, but we're going really deep into the emotional bonding with your audience. And that's where it requires you to take a step back and think about the brand that you're building. What does that look like? And you want it to be so distinctive that when you put your message out there, it sounds like you. It's so clear that people know that's you. They hear it, they know the message, you stand out. And the visuals, also help to build this up and make you stand out even more so. But before you even get there, you got to know what you're saying, right? So you got to get the message down, make that clear. And just know for you, once you start in this direction, it becomes so much easier to create content. And you need content in everything you're doing, in all your promotions, right? You have a business, you're trying to market that business. You need to have content to market that business, but you need to know the basis of that content. What is it that's significant? So once you focus on this, that homework becomes so much easier. And then the end result is that people will care. They'll say, so what? And they'll know what the answer to the so what is. You don't want to leave people just thinking, okay, swipe, you can be forgettable. Okay, there's 50 other people who do what you do. Oh yeah, I have somebody else on the top of my mind, or, my friend recommended a mindset coach, but I know 10 other people, 20 other, there's so many other coaches out there that I can recommend. You're not the one that's sticking out for me. You never want that to happen. So the right time for branding is now. It's now. It's never waiting. Whether you're just starting the business or you're in year 5 of your business, do it now, because it's going to just help you today and tomorrow and whenever you're going to do anything in your business, from launches, if you're trying to market it, if you're trying to now, introduce new products. Those things, those efforts become so much easier because you've already done the homework. You've already done the brand building. So those things are going to be easy to do because you've done all the branding up front. You've done it beforehand. All right. So got questions about this, do drop them below, and I will see you guys next time. All right. Bye.